Well, welcome to part 2 of our red onion video, and on this video we're going to talk about our bunching onions, and we're going to harvest this one today, and we're going to also talk about some of the care and steps that you need to take with the other onions that are over there in the earth garden as they're growing up to be the big old hamburger onions. So we'll be right back after the break, and we're going to harvest a bunch. Okay, I pulled up a pot of our bunching onions, and I'm going to harvest them. All I do to harvest these is I run some water into the pot to loosen up that soil. That gets that soil, that root ball, kind of loosened up some. Then I just pull it straight out. Then I pull off the onions away from the root ball. Aren't those pretty? Then I rinse off some of those roots. And those make some mighty pretty onions. Okay. Let me step over to the processing table and I'll cut off some of these roots and clean them up just a little bit, and I'll show you the finished product that I handed Nancy to make us a stir fry with it. Be right back. All right, here we go. Got some beautiful little red bunching onions. They're ready to go in the house. And they make really kind of a pretty little onion. I love the little red bulbs that they make. That's really nice looking. And they have really a good taste because these are sweet red onions. So they're really good in the salad. So these are for Nancy. And let's step over to the earth garden and we'll take a look at how the other seedlings are coming along in the last few weeks, and the next step on how to maintain those and to get some nice bulbs. See you over yonder. Well, we're out here into the earth garden, and as you can see, the seedlings on these onions have really grown pretty good in the last 3 weeks. So at this point, the onions have started to got a little size on them, and that's where I'm gonna have to ring them in. You hear me talking about ring in the onions all the time, and everybody says, what are you talking about, ring in the onions? What are you talking about? Well, it's easy to do. If you don't, we planted our seedlings down in the ground when we planted them, and if you don't move that dirt back away from the bulb, that bulb will not be allowed to expand, and it'll just turn into a nice big old giant green onion. What you want it to do is ring that dirt in away from it to give that bulb plenty of room to grow. Okay, I got the onions. I take my little tool and I ring around it and I pull the dirt back away, and as you can see, the onions are kind of flopping around now. See how they're loose? And they seem like, oh no, those things will just fall right over. But they're okay, because if you remember how long those roots are, let me pull up one and let me show you the roots. See how I've got them right now? They're ready to grow. But if I pull that up, see how long the roots are? They're down in the ground really good. Okay, so they're holding on to that onion. It ain't gonna go nowhere. Even if it's laying over like that, it's okay if it's bent over like a little bit, because that bulb's gonna grow here in the next couple of weeks, and it'll straighten itself right up. Okay, that's it for today. I showed you how to ring them in. I showed you how the roots are long enough into the ground so that it holds that onion. No matter if the onion's laying over like this or not, it's still got plenty of roots in the ground to hold it in there and feed it. And in the days ahead, that onion will straighten itself up with the sun, and that bulb will expand. It'll get bigger and bigger to the point we get us a hamburger size cutting onion. So we'll be back in the days ahead, and we'll watch the progress of these guys as they move along. Well, it's been a couple of weeks ago when we came out here and we talked about how to ring in the onions, and today I wanted to show you how much progress they've made just in 2 weeks. They've already started to bulk up and form those onion bulbs. So let's take a look at what we got. Well, the onions are going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to watch them. So we'll be back here in a couple of weeks, and we'll take another look at how much these little rascals have produced. And we'll come back and do a harvest. And I'll show you what to watch for so you'll know when they're ready to harvest. So we'll see you soon. Well, I told you I'd show you how to know when your onions are ready to harvest last couple weeks ago, and they're ready now. And here's what you want to look for. You want to look for the tops of the onions to start to fall over. And when you see those onion tops falling over like this, then these onions are ready. They're not going to get really any bigger at that point. And if you continue to let them stay out there, you might can get maybe another week or so, but I wouldn't let them stay too long, because they'll rot on you if you don't get them on up, because sweet onions don't keep very long. So you need to eat them and share them as fast as you can. So we got some that has fallen over, and what I want to do is pull up about a dozen or so Nancy can have some today with something that she's cooking. I forgot what it is, one of them fancy names, but she needed some red onions for that. And I'm gonna go ahead and get a few extra to share with Nancy's mama. So let's grab them. What I want to do is get the onions where the tops have fallen over first, and if they're still vertical like this guy here, I'll let that one keep growing. But here's one where the top has fallen over, so I'll go ahead and pull him. And see, it's a pretty nice onion. So let me get a few more of these. Okay, I got me a bucket full. Let's head on over there to the processing table. Let me clean these up a little bit and get them ready. Okay, I got them cleaned up, and I like to leave a top on here like this because Nancy and her mama, they use a lot of this in their seasoning, so I don't cut it down all the way down to the bulb. I leave that neck on there like that. So you can see that the onions are, I like that color, and red onions like that, and they're sweet onions too, so they're not real powerful strong, and they make a pretty tasty ingredient for pretty much anything you're cooking or eating. So there they are. We had fun growing them. We had fun sharing that journey with you, so we appreciate you watching. And if you like our videos, we ask you to subscribe to our channel, be a part of our YouTube family, and we want to thank God for giving us some nice onions. So until we see you next time, always remember, by his hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Have a blessed day. Thanks for watching our videos. We really love making them. If you like our videos, please like our Facebook page to get the latest tips and tricks. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the newest video. Like it, it would really inspire and encourage us. But most importantly, share it to encourage others. We'll welcome your comments and questions. Thank you. Have a blessed day.